Hi guys, I'm Abhinav. I'm at Speedmonks Performance Centre in Gurgaon, and behind me is the Royal Enfield Himalayan 450 that I am working on. Now, this particular motorcycle, if you saw the last video, we took a lot of weight off the motorcycle, almost 11 kilos. Since then, I've taken about 2.2 kilos more. I've shed more weight off the bike, about 2.2 kilos, by swapping the battery, the standard lead acid battery, with a lithium phosphate battery. So the standard battery was about 3.4 kilos or so, and the lithium phosphate battery was about 1.2 maybe. So we've dropped 2.2 additional kilos. So this bike is now about 13 kilos lighter than stock. Now, today we've lightened the bike for now. Now, let's try and add a little bit of performance parts to the motorcycle. Now, the objective of this build is I want a motorcycle that does well off-road, like really, really, really well off-road. Very rally style riding, fast trails. I don't really want to do enduro with this bike, slow stuff. That's not what this bike is for. I would like to take it to Ladakh, where I do fast trails, whatever trails are left in Ladakh. I would also like to take this bike to the desert, where again, I can hold faster speeds. Now, here's the thing with that. If you ride this motorcycle on stock tires, it won't do the job there in sand, in loose terrain. These are very good 80-20 tires, but they are 80% road biased, so not ideal, I would say. So today we are going to fit something which is more appropriate for the job. I have chosen to go with, let me just pick these up. I've chosen to go with Reise Torq R tires. Now these are competition knobbies. These aren't really road legal because this is a full-on dirt tire. It's a 100-0, I would say, 100% off-road and 20%, 0% on-road. So I'll tell you more about these tires, but for now, the basic idea is that we put in knobby tires at the front and at the rear. A lot of you might think that, since we'd be putting competition tires on this motorcycle, full knobbies, it won't really be a roadworthy motorcycle anymore. But another reason why I'm doing this is because I want to present to you different scenarios of what you can do with your motorcycle. I'm sure a lot of you people will buy these tubeless spoke rims whenever these are available in the Indian market. A lot of you people are going to upgrade to these rims from the stock tube tired rims that you have currently on the bike. But then what do you do with that tube tire set? It's a waste, right? But these are very good rims. These are XL rims. These are XL aluminum rims. So instead of just letting those wheels go to waste, what you can do is you can put a set of knobby tires on them and just use those tires on the trails. And then once you're back home, let's say you use it Saturday, Sunday, Sunday evening, swap out the rims, just get a puncture guy to do it who's close to your house, to come to your house. Off comes the wheel with the knobby tire, in goes the wheel with the stock tire, and then just ride that Monday to Friday if that's your thing. At least that is what I'm planning to do for now. So the plan is to create multiple wheel sets. Today we are only going to showcase two wheel sets. One is this. So the the tubeless spoke trim, we're going to keep the stock tire on this because if I have to commute in the city, if I have to go to work and back, I would like the tubeless setup. I also have a set of, the regular golden rim, and we are going to put a knobby tire on that with tubes, and we're just going to use that as a weekend tire, weekend entire wheel set, where we're just using it for trails and nothing else. As always, assisting us today is Ajay from Speedmonks. Actually, I'm assisting Ajay. He's going to do all the work. So Ajay is holding the tires. We've gone with a 90-90-21 at the front, and we've gone with a 130. Is this a 70 or an 80? 130, 80. Yeah, 130, 80, 17.
70.
Now you might be wondering, why are we downsizing from a 140 to a 130? Well, simply because a 140 isn't available. We only have a 130, but this rim should be able to take a 130 easily. By the way, this is the spare rim set. Full rim set with, a disc and the ABS rotor. Here also we have the disc, we've got a sprocket and the cush drive already on it. So what we now will do is, we will take these wheels and we will take the stock tire off. Then we'll also measure the weight of the tires, because these are really heavy tires and knobbies in general are extremely light. So we're going to weigh all of them, and we'll save a little bit of weight over there as well. This is a 47 teeth sprocket. We'll put in a 49 teeth later, so that the bike has some little bit more, bottom end power. So he's breaking the bead. This tire, the CEAT Grip, it's a steel belted radial tire, but it's a very heavy tire for some reason. Now, let's take a look. Let me just दिखा रहा है या एरर आ रहा है?
ये दिखा रहा है
कितना है?
8 kilos and 605 grams.
8605.
8605.
ठीक है. So this tire is 8 kilos 605 grams, which is extremely heavy for a tire. Now, to draw a comparison, I have a Pirelli Scorpion Trail 2 tire over here, which is a 150 80 150 70 R17. Now, even though this is a slightly wider tire, let's try and measure the weight, because it just feels lighter. कितना आ रहा है?
7 kgs and 470 grams.
7 kgs, 470 grams.
470
So this tire is over a kilo lighter than what the CEAT sells. And from experience, the Scorpion Trail 2 on most ADVs, it gives you about 15,000 to 20,000 kilometers. On the Interceptor, some people run this tire. It can do about 25,000 kilometers. So there is just so much rubber being used here that I feel that this tire will easily do 30,000 kilometers or more. इसकी डेप्थ भी ज़्यादा, ये ज़्यादा ऑफ रोड फोकस लग रहा है इससे, इसके ट्रेड के हिसाब से. बट ट्रेड डेप्थ तो उतनी ही है, ज़्यादा फर्क नहीं है.
हाँ,
है ना? तो स्कॉर्पियन ट्रेल 2, I mean, this rubber would be grippier than the CEAT Grip, that is for sure. But definitely not a bad tire. I have zero complaints with the CEAT tire. On the road, I have no complaints with this tire. It's a very, very, very good tire for this motorcycle. Let's weigh the Reise Torq R tire. This is a very light tire. Right. कितना आ रहा है?
5 kg and 85 grams.
3.5 kilos lighter. So we will save 3.5 kilos by just switching to, the knobby on the rear. The front also we'll end up saving a little bit of weight. A tube is about 780 grams, the rear tube. But we are keeping the tube because on the trails it's just better if you have a tube type tire. You take a lot of hard hits, you're going to bend your rim. If it's a tubeless rim, you can't do much, the air is going to leak. If it's a tube type rim, even if you bend your rim, the tube does the job. And for if you're worried about a lot of punctures on the trail, just put a little bit of tire sealant in, uh, and yeah, that should do the job. Okay, let me show you something interesting. This is a made in Malaysia XL rim. So this would be a 6000 series aluminum rim. Um, all XL OEM rims, you know, if they're not the performance rims, the 7000 series, they're mostly made in Malaysia. So this is an XL Asia rim in the Malaysian factory. This is not a bi-directional tire. This is a directional tire. We figured out the direction in which it needs to be installed. So he's just soaping the edges so that it just goes onto the rim easily without there being chances of it tearing. I don't have a 130 tire tube with me right now. So what we're going to do is we're just going to use the 140 weight tube. It goes easily with a 130 section tire. That's not a problem. So we're using the tube that came off the stock tire for now.
Done.
Nice. Mm, 28 psi. Okay, all right. Now I have a weighing scale and I really like to use this weighing scale. This is a stock rear tire. It has been converted to a tubeless tire. So it doesn't have a tube inside. The tube weighs about 800 grams or so. But this has some sealant inside. So let's just weigh this entire unit and then compare it to the one that we have. This is the stock tire. कितना आ रहा है?
16.37.
We will now check ours with the Reise Torq R tire and a tube.
12.55.
55. Okay.
Approximately.
Now we are going to do the front tire swap, and before that I just want to show you the weight of the complete unit. With the rotor and the ABS ring. अजय भाई stable कर दिया मैंने.
12.22.
We are now going to measure the front tire, which is off the motorcycle.
4.740.
Time to measure the Reise Torq R tire front.
4.25.
We saved 3.5 kilos on the rear tire, and we have saved half a kilo on the front tire. So in all, we've saved 4 kilos today just by swapping out the tires, which was not the intention of swapping tires because we wanted knobby tires. That's why we swapped them, not for saving the weight. But also remember this is unsprung mass which is coming off the bike. So yeah, it should accelerate better theoretically. I don't know how much it will with the knobs, but at least in the dirt, you know, it'll feel a little bit more responsive now. Front wheel is now ready. We will weigh it because why not? We've been weighing everything. How much is it?
11.63.
Now what's left to be done is the bike is over there. We are going to now swap out the wheels, basically a hot swap. The bike is quite dirty because, I did a trail on it. इस पे ग्रीस लगी हुई है, लगानी पड़ेगी? लगी हुई है ना? Good. We'll need the distance spacers of this particular rim to use on, the other rim. I asked Ari this. The distance spacers on both these are the exact same. The tubeless rim and the spoke rim. Now I know there is a lot of dirt here, but we can't help it right now. इसका weight कितना है?
16.14.
16.14. This is the cush drive part of the tubeless spoke trim, and this is the cush drive part of the tubed spoke rim. They are slightly different in appearance, and the cush drive rubber, the cushion part is also different. So this takes these smaller rubbers. They sort of will probably go like this here, and the other one takes this big rubber. So yeah, so so this goes like this. So if you are swapping wheels, you will also need this particular part. So this is what will come on your motorcycle if you have the tubed spoke trims, and if you get the tubeless ones, you'll need this part as well. ये थोड़ा सा difficult होता है ना इसको बिठाना?
हाँ, थोड़ा सा डिफिकल्ट होता है बिकॉज ये जो ये पॉइंट है,
हाँ,
इसको इसके अंदर डालना होता है
अच्छा,
और उसके साथ में ये स्पेसर्स को भी लगाना होता है.
करेक्ट. अच्छा अजय भाई, अगर हम बार बार लेट्स से हफ्ते में 2 बार ये व्हील सेट बदलेंगे, हाँ, सैटरडे को हमने, फ्राइडे इवनिंग को हमने ये वाला लगाया,
हाँ,
और फिर हमने संडे इवनिंग को वापस वो रोड वाले टायर लगा दिए,
हाँ,
तो जो डिस्क होती है और ब्रेक पैड होती है,
हाँ.
इतना कुछ फर्क पड़ेगा कि बार बार डिस्क पे पैटर्न और ब्रेक पैड अलग चल रहा है?
क्या होता है कि जैसे अब ये डिस्क है, इस पे जो
लाइंस आएंगी,
आएंगी वो इस ब्रेक पैड के साथ अभी अलाइन हो रखी है.
हाँ,
ठीक है, तो वो सही चल रहा है. जब आप इवन नए ब्रेक पैड्स भी डालते हो ना,
हाँ,
वही 20-30 किलोमीटर के बाद वो सेम हो जाता है.
अच्छा,
हाँ, जब आप ब्रेक मारोगे तो फिर वो सेम लाइन इस पे आने लग जाएगी.
तो मतलब हम ब्रेक पैड तो चेंज नहीं करेंगे हर बार? कुछ फर्क, इतना कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा ना?
इतना फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा, वो 10-20 किलोमीटर के बाद बराबर हो जाएगा.
अच्छा.
वैसी ब्रेकिंग हो जाएगी.
अंडरस्टूड.
हाँ.
लो, what does this socket do? अच्छा, this converts into different sizes.
हाँ, इसमें 19 mm का है, 24 mm का है, 22 और
17. तो इसमें क्या लगेगा?
इसमें 17 लगेगा.
Okay, so now we are swapping the front tire, the entire wheel. Oh, so the 17 goes inside.
तो अगर हमें कहीं जाना है जहाँ अलग अलग साइजेज है तो 4 सॉकेट कैरी करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी.
हाँ.
ये एक सॉकेट 4 का काम कर देगा.
But this is a relatively easier job than the rear wheel.
Rear
This will
wheel.
take what, 3 minutes, 4 minutes max, right?
हाँ.
अच्छा, आपको पता है ना अभी क्या करना है?
क्या करना है?
हर चीज़ की तरह इसको weigh करना है.
12.39.
Okay. So, mota mota, it's the same. The tubeless and the tubed rim. Pretty much the same. So, not a lot of difference there. But our wheel is obviously half a kilo lighter. अच्छा, इसमें कोई आइडेंटिफाई कैसे करेगा कि कौन सा स्पेसर कौन सी साइड का होता है?
दोनों स्पेसर सेम है.
सेम है?
ये देखो,
अच्छा,
दोनों सेम है.
अरे बढ़िया. कुछ बाइकों में अलग अलग साइज के स्पेसर
कुछ
आते हैं.
बाइकों में अलग अलग साइज के स्पेसर आते हैं.
Guys, what do you think of the knobby tire on the bike with the golden rim? I think it looks pretty purposeful. How it performs, we shall find out next Saturday when I ride it on the trail. It's a Sunday night now, so there is just no trail happening for the next 5 days. Saturday, definitely I'm gonna shoot a video on how it rides.
इसको क्या है, इसका ना होल अलाइन करके देखना पड़ेगा आपको.
अरे वो ऐसे ही आ जाएगा, ये लो. डन.
ज़्यादा टाइट नहीं किया मैंने.
हाँ,
नहीं तो घर पे खुलेगा नहीं.
हाँ. Okay, so finally our wheels have been swapped. Not as easy a process as I was thinking it'll be, but I'd have to say the bike looks really nice in this golden color, the golden rims with the white. Okay, we'll now take the bike down and we're just going to take a little spin to see whether it's rolling well, whether we've over tightened something or not. I think it should be sorted.